when it comes to Abdul Carter, like I saw him absolutely destroy Marcus Bow on the lean. That was just, it's insane. He was doing the limbo. The bend was sick. When I'm watching the number 3 pick overall go against our 5th round tackle, I want Abdul Carter destroying him. I want Abdul Carter destroying every one of our linemen. I don't want to see our linemen holding that guy up because he's the 3rd overall pick of the draft. This is the guy that's supposed to be a game changer. I don't want our 5th round tackle shutting him down because I'm going to say, well, shit, if he can shut him down, who can't? So when the guys pick that high, I want to see him dominate. That's one aspect where I could sit there and go, I'm going to differentiate and say, I want him to be absolutely dominant and kill our lineman, get to that quarterback, put pressure on the quarterback.
I'm going to tell you what, I would be stunned, provided he stays healthy, if he doesn't have a massive year this year.
Yeah.
Because it's not just his talent. It's the talent around him on that defensive line. Like, you have to double team Dexter Lawrence. You have to. So if you're gonna do that, and you have Brian Burns on the other side, and we could all see the talent that Abdul Carter possesses, like I can't see him not having a big year for the New York Giants. I really can't. When you factor in the talent that he has and the talent around him, I think he's gonna have a massive year.
I'm excited about what this defense can be, without question. No question about that. And again, shout out to Adriana for putting the clip here. Here is Abdul Carter. That's what that was?
Yeah.
Happened fast. Let me do that again. I wasn't even looking. Let me do it again.
Yeah, so look at him at number 51.
Oh, there he is on the edge. Okay, I didn't even see him. It happened so quick.
Yeah.
Oh, there it was.
I'm not sure if that would have been a hold, but the fact that he was able to get around so quickly, and Jermaine Illuminor is a pretty good tackle. I'm like, I like the evidence of seeing the different moves and stuff that he has in person, because I know this was a complaint with a lot of Giants fans that Kayvon has no moves. He just bull rushes the quarterback, and it usually doesn't work. Like, it hasn't worked since Wink. So I like getting to see all of the things that we heard about Abdul Carter, getting to see it in person. But like you said, Bad Dog, like you want to see him go toe to toe with our starting offensive linemen and do well, be able to beat them, but not like, I don't want to see him blow up JMS every snap. Like if that happens consistently, that's when I get worried. If it's Marcus Bow every snap, fine. He's going to learn from going against Abdul Carter. But, I want our offensive linemen, our starters, to like win the battle a couple times.
Yeah. I'll watch this one more time. This reminds you a little bit. This looks like a little bit of a OCU maneuver. This is what I see here when I look at that. How quick that's spin. But good on Russ too. Russ said, "I'm getting that thing the hell out of there." Mm-hmm. So.
When I was watching that today, I was thinking about like some of the quarterbacks that we're going to play this year. And I know we don't play JJ McCarthy till week 18, but I'm like, JJ McCarthy is going to see Abdul Carter on the field and like shit his pants, I think. So like, that's the kind of stuff that I'm like, when you're going against guys who aren't veterans, who aren't like the Joe Burrows of the world and who are going to get the ball out super quick, I'm like, Abdul Carter's just going to surprise these guys and get to them quickly.
Yeah. It's going to be good. Again, we'll kind of dip down a little bit here and talk about John Michael Schmitz. You mentioned him. And he's been less than impressive in training camp, and he was less than impressive last year. This obviously was a second-round pick for Joe Shane a couple of years ago. I loved the pick. I thought he'd be really good. But one thing about John Michael Schmitz is he hasn't like put on any size, and he just seems to get absolutely manhandled at center. I'll say this, John, he's probably going to start at center, would be my guess. But if he struggles the first couple of games or so, how long do you think it'd be before they made a move and said, okay, maybe they move Van Roten to center and they put Evan Neal at guard if John Michael Schmitz is really struggling that much? Could you see them making a move early in the season if he just keeps getting manhandled? Because obviously when you're snapping the ball, you snap the ball over Russell Wilson's head a bunch of times. He's getting pushed around. He's not a very good run blocker either. So he's obviously struggling a lot. How long of a leash do you think he has if he gets off to a bad start?
I think it could be kind of early if the Giants are in games. Like if he's the problem as to why the Giants offense is not functioning, then I think they will make a change, because ultimately, yes, they have Jackson Dart and he's the future of this franchise. And I think that the front office is going to give them a little bit of time. They still have to win football games. And if the defense is doing what they did last year, especially against teams like the Bengals, and the Giants are down 17-10, you know, in the fourth quarter, and it's up to the offense to get the ball moving down the field, and JMS is getting blown up every play, so Russ is getting sacked 100 times, I think they're going to be forced to make a change there. I like the idea too that outside of Evan Neal, we also have Marcus Bowe, who he's been at right tackle, but I'd be curious to see if they would go straight to Neal or if they'd go to Bowe, like what really their plan is there, if they moved Van Roten over. Because I think it's either him or Schlottman or like Stinney as the backup. And